used to travel a lot by train, going around the country, and that was how I began my travelling. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to go on one of my favourite journeys that I made quite a few times when I was a kid. It's not a long one, but it's the one from Crewe to Liverpool Lime Street. Unfortunately, the trains these days aren't as good in the old days. You could open the window and stick your head out. Never mind. Progress, eh? I used to love Crewe Station as a kid. It was so big, so many trains going everywhere. Really is the Grand Junction. I moved over to this side because we've got Crewe Heritage Station, Crewe Heritage Centre. You can sometimes see some nice old beasts. Tragic thing is some of the heritage logos, like those there, I remember running, must be getting old. Look at that, that's what I always like to see, the APT. Actually, the train that I'm on now, the Pendolino,
good afternoon and welcome aboard.
is a direct successor of that. We developed the technology, the media slated it, it was never introduced, and so we sold the idea to the Italians, who then developed it and sold it back to us. Another great media success. It wasn't just Brexit that they screwed up for us. So we're now going along the West Coast Main Line, one of the few 4-track lines in the UK, through some rather boring Cheshire countryside before we branch off. The junction where the Liverpool line branches off was always very interesting to me as a kid, because for some reason the line going down from Liverpool actually crosses over the main line on a concrete viaduct and then comes down to meet it. Obviously that was a remodelling in the 60s. I'm not quite sure why they did that, because I suppose it avoids a couple of points, but it seems a lot of effort to do that. But it obviously is worthwhile, because I've noticed in recent years, particularly with the West Coast remodelling, that they've installed more such junctions. Anyway, that's something we'll see in a minute. Yes, this is the junction. Actually, maybe it wasn't a remodelling, maybe it was originally like that. I just can't understand why they built it that way. This is now one of my my highlights of the trip, which is crossing over the River Mersey, and we have the railway and the road bridges running next to each other. It really is quite spectacular. I love big bridges anyway, and in my early days, you know, this was the one I always looked forward to going across, because back in those days you could stick your head out the window, and it was rather more fun than now. There's the big arch of the road bridge, and the rail bridge is castellated. What they're building over there is, it's like a new motorway, or possibly even a railway. There's St. Helens. That long viaduct as well. We're now approaching Edge Hill, which is an unremarkable enough place, except that what this means now is we've joined the rails of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, which is the oldest passenger carrying railway in the world, and Edge Hill Station is one of the oldest stations. Obviously Liverpool Road in Manchester still exists. Here's Edge Hill Station. So this is the oldest railway station in operation in the world. And after Edge Hill, which is so amazing, and this is why I really love coming to Liverpool on the train, are these cuttings through sheer rock. Look at the size of it. I don't think there is an approach to a railway station I've been to as spectacular as that.
This service now on the approach to Liverpool Lime Street. Remember, before leaving the train, do check you have all your belongings with you, and do take care when stepping from the train to the platform edge. When travelling in the future, please do visit virgintrains.com for our best price, commission free fares available, Also, for people's plans to travel in the future, please go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and download free of charge the Virgin Trains Beam app, which allows you to watch movies, TV shows, read magazines, play games and enter competitions while travelling with Virgin Trains. On behalf of myself and the onboard crew, all based in Liverpool, it's been a pleasure bringing you to our city. Our next and final station called the Liverpool Lime Street.
Here we are with the little tunnel. Over there is, I believe, the original Liverpool to Manchester railway line. I love it. I love all the bricks that have been made to make up the rock and the vent, just a random vent in the middle of it. It's a masterpiece of Victorian engineering. Come into the station itself, which in my opinion is one of the most beautiful in the country. The original station is the half we're looking at. The second train shed which we're going into was added later. It, the fine clocks and concourse, but for me, what makes the Liverpool Lime Street such an amazing station to arrive is not just the journey and the station itself, but also when you exit it. The magnificent view of St. George's Hall. This is a city that is making a statement.